Hey, y'all. All right, now. I'm just going to move to that for a second in my head. Yes. All right. Oh, hey, Wayne, Space Cadet Snowflake, check it in. Who hi. All right. Good morning, Mommy. It's good to see you. Good morning, Tim. I hope everyone is doing well as you join in for today's morning sip with Rev Melissa. I am Rev Melissa, and SIP stands for Spirit in Practice. Where we practice, that is what we do. We are in the practice because the perfection is in the practice. So if you want to get good at something, just keep practicing. Just keep practicing. Yes? All right. So yesterday, we had meditation with the new moon. So we didn't have our regular 10:30 morning sip, but we're back today on schedule, 10:30 a.m. And excuse me, and we wrapped up our series on Friday, the 365 Days series, where we just let the book, The 365 Days of Richer Living, determine what we were going to talk about while I was on location most of the time. Last week, was that just last week? It feels like 3 weeks ago. That's just so crazy. So I was commenting to Sekou before the show that I got my suntan on. Yes, look at that caramel skin looking all wonderful. Yes. So laid out in the sun in Rhode Island for a couple of days with my girlfriends and had a wonderful time. So here we are, Tuesday, and we are in a new series. We're going to start a new series today. And so this morning when I woke up, Vanessa, I woke up with a heaviness. I woke up feeling a little blue, and that's not normal for me these days. So I was laying in the bed, feeling a little blue, and I said, get up. Get up, right? So one of my practices, one of my getting up practices is to say what I'm grateful for while I'm still in the bed. I don't let my feet touch the floor without saying something I'm grateful for. So I did that, felt a teeny bit better, right? Felt some energy starting to move. And then I said, let me go and do my morning practice. And so as I was getting ready to do that, I noticed Davy, Davy the cat. I talk about him pretty often here. He's a sweet cat. He's a very affectionate cat. And he hasn't been feeling too well yesterday and today. We noticed some differences in his behavior, and he's been throwing up after he eats. So we're like, what is that about? So call the vet. So we're kind of on standby to see the vet this afternoon. So I say all that to say it's just to send some positive vibes to Davy the cat. Just see him well, see his tummy well. If he has an upset stomach, I don't know what it is, but just send some vibes to my Davy the cat. All right. All right. So I went and did my morning practice after giving Davy some love, and started to feel a little better as I was going through my morning practice rituals of inspirational reading, inspirational journaling, and my meditation and my prayers. So I finished all that, and intuition said, go back to your Science of Mind magazine and see if you missed any days. So I was like, okay. So this is August 10th. And I left the magazine here when I went to Rhode Island, because when we went to Rhode Island, we were still in July. So I didn't have August with me. So when I got back, I was catching up. So I said, let me just see if I missed any days. So I missed a day. And that day was August 5th. So I said, okay, let me read August 5th now. So I want to read a snippet from August 5th. And keep in mind about what I said about how I felt this morning when I woke up. So this is just the last paragraph. If you have the Science of Mind magazine for August, go to August 5th is titled Be a Light. Spirit's guidance comes in many ways. Spirit's guidance comes in many ways. An image, a dream, a nudge, a feeling, a sudden knowing. When we ask for guidance, we receive an answer. Our job is to make the space for it to come into our awareness, which means we must set aside some time, some quiet time, to listen for God's response. Ram Dass explained the process wonderfully. As you walk down the street, you can tune your receiver into the world on any number of channels. Each way of tuning creates a very different street, but the street really doesn't change. You do. I said, okay, yes, I'm feeling that, right? Woke up this morning feeling blue. What am I tuning into, right? What are we tuning into? When you wake up feeling a little blue, what do you tune into? More blue or gratitude? More heaviness or light, right? The circumstances around us may not change right then in that moment, but what can shift is our vibration, right? What it is that we are tuning into. Yes? So I said, okay, thank you, intuition, for that guidance. I appreciate it, right? Because I started to feel a vibrational lift and a shift at the very same time, right? So I said, okay, let's put this on to the what was going to be the new series today. We're going to put that on the back burner for right now because I'm feeling this one right here, which is vibration. The new series is vibration, right? All right. So I looked up vibration in the dictionary, and none of the definitions really did anything for me. So I looked up the metaphysical meaning of dictionary, and there's a metaphysical dictionary. Did y'all know that? Just Google metaphysical dictionary and put any word in there, and you'll get the metaphysical meaning of the word. So the metaphysical meaning of vibration is the rate of which all forces move. The rate of which all forces move. And do you know what is the most frequent force for movement? Do you know what that is? Thinking. Our thoughts. Our thoughts are a force. Our thoughts are vibrational. And I've said that in other ways, and maybe exactly like I just said it now. But our thoughts are vibrational. So I woke up thinking and feeling blue. I woke up thinking like, oh, I have all this stuff I need to do. To be honest, I don't even know what I was really thinking. I really wasn't tuned into my thinking. I was more so tuned into how I was feeling, and how I was feeling was heavy and a little blue, right? And then my thinking kicked in after that, right? And the thinking that kicked in was, okay, get out the bed. That was the first thought that I was clear about. To get out the bed, number one. And get out the bed the way you get out the bed. And you get out the bed in gratitude. So let's do that, right? So my thinking started to kick in. And my thinking was already lifted beyond what I was feeling, right? It was already lifted beyond what I was feeling, because I was feeling blue, but my thinking was get up, get up, right? Because over practicing and practicing and practicing, I have embedded in my subconscious mind what it is that I need to do to shift, right? So everything's in alignment. My conscious mind, my subconscious mind is in alignment with get up. We're not tuning into this blue stuff. Get up and let's see if there's something there for you, right? But we got to explore it to discover it, right? We don't discover anything just by staying in that one space where we're feeling blue. I'm going to discover more blue if I stay there. So let me move, right? Let me move. Let me start to shift my vibration, shift my frequency. Go tune into another street, right? I don't want to be on Blue Street. Let me tune into another street, right? So we oftentimes feel low vibration energy, right? And there's no judgment about that. It's really what I want to communicate. There's no judgment about waking up feeling blue, waking up feeling heavy. It's just how I'm feeling, right? And so my vibration energetically was a little low. And I recognized that. And then I said, let me use my tools. Let me use what I know works to start to shift my vibration, to raise my vibration, right? From that low frequency to a higher frequency. And what does that for me is my spiritual practice. So each one of us have to discover what it is that does it for you. I submit that your spiritual practice will get you there. You go within, you go to the center of who you are and connect to the universe, to God, to spirit, to the cosmic consciousness, and be in that vibration. Guarantee y'all, you will start to feel the energy shifting. So when I was doing my regular inspirational reading for today, this sentence stood out to me. I am calm and victorious at the center, and therefore my world is calm and victorious at the circumference. So whatever is at my center is going to ripple out to my circumference. And what is the circumference? Everything that's around me, right? So if I allowed myself to spend all day in the bed feeling blue, what would start to radiate, to vibrate at my circumference? More of that, more blue, heavier heaviness. Yes. When I can shift I can shift my vibrational frequency by going within. I didn't go anywhere else but within. And got in touch with whatever was up for me around that feeling of blue. And I've shared before, follow the feeling, right? And so I followed the feeling, right? And once I followed the feeling, I got the information that I needed, and I started to feel more lifted. And that energy started to radiate and ripple all around me, my circumference, right? Now, what I was sharing quickly with a friend of mine this morning, a little bit about this, and she shared that she also woke up feeling a little blue. So I asked her, well, what did you do? You know what she did? She turned on the news. I said, okay. And how did that make you feel? How did that feel? How did that impact your feeling tone? She said she felt worse. Right? So we have to also look at what we are surrounding ourselves with. What is out there in our circumference, beyond our circumference? We want it to match the vibration that we're seeking to attune to, right? So my vibrational attunement is always joy. So I'm going to seek out that which is at that vibrational tune also, right? And for me, that's my spiritual practice. It's not the news. I know if I turn on the news, the vibrational match for the news is not joy. It's fear, it's anxiety, it's nervousness. That's not the street that I want to walk down, right? So she said she turned it off. Like she said, she heard me in her head telling her to turn it off. She said she heard me say, run. And so she turned it off and she did something else, right? That helped her to tune into what it was that she really wanted to experience for herself early in the morning. Yes? So we're going to explore this. We're going to explore vibration, the context of it, how we use it, how it's all around us, how we are it. We're going to explore that this week. All right? All right, y'all. So remember this. My vibrational frequency is at the center of who I am and ripples out all around me. Me. I started, right? I get to choose what I'm tuning into within myself. Okay. All right, y'all. So there you have it. Vibration series. We were going to get into it. We're going to get into it. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. All right, Linda, I see you. Today I am vibrating and powerfully serene. Interestingly, this does not feel contradictory. Good for you. Yummy, yummy, yummy on that too. Yes, yes, Linda. Thank you for sharing that. So everyone just think about in the morning. Let's do this in the morning. No, let's do it now. Let's do it now, y'all. How are you feeling? How are you feeling? Right? Tune into the vibration that you desire to feel if you're not feeling it right now, right? Tune into that. Tune into that. I see you, Vanessa. That's why I love you at 7:30 a.m. Pacific time. Is how I start my day. Good vibrations. Yes, yes, Vanessa. Thank you. Oh, Jean. Jean has turned it into a radio station. I love it. Tuning into K Joy. Love it. All right, Jean. I love it. I love it. I love it. So let's tune in together. Let's tune in together. Yes? Okay. So throughout the day, just check in. Just check in with yourself. What is my vibration? What am I feeling? What am I tuning into? What is in my circumference? Yes? Okay. And then shift. If you need to do a little fine tuning, fine tune it. All right. All right, y'all. So I am Rev Melissa. I am an ordained interfaith minister. I am a licensed religious science practitioner, and I am a purpose coach, and I am the spiritual director at Rockland Centers for Spiritual Living. And this is my ministry of joy. I work with joy, I work as joy, and I work through joy because joy works through me. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. So if my ministry resonates with you, please feel free to make a love offering to I Am Rev Melissa at Cash App and Venmo. And I appreciate your generosity. All right, y'all, we're going to get into some joy news. So I mentioned yesterday was our meditation with the moon, and we had a good time. It was at 4 a.m. Eastern time. It was the new moon in Leo. So we got that Leo energy, which is confidence, right? It's confidence, feeling proud, feeling like showing off a little bit, just showing off a little bit, right? So I want to give a shout out to Sekou, to Julian, to Tim, to Sharice, and to Pastor Al for joining me early in the morning for our meditation with the moon. We had a good time. We went and had our after party. What did we say? We was going after Zen. That's what we called it. After Zen, Sekou named it, in the Zoom room afterwards. And we shared what came up for us in the meditation. And it was just a really good time to just fellowship with each other and share our experiences. So please join me for the next one. Save the date. It is August 23rd, 4 a.m. Eastern Time, right here on New Thought Media Network. It's our full moon meditation, August 23rd, 4 a.m. And so if you're thinking is, 4 a.m. Red Mel, that's so early, right? You get up and you go back to bed afterwards. It's all good. You can do it. You can do whatever you put your mind to. And we know that is the truth. All right. Then Sunday, we had Living Life in Joy this past Sunday with Laura Topper. She calls herself a spiritual activator, and I love that. She's the creator and host of the Cosmic Prayer Show and Unlock Your Mama Power. So our theme for this month for Living Life in Joy is power, And Sekou kicked us off in this month in August by being the host for our very first Sunday in August, and with his guest, Harriet Cole. And she's amazing. She's a lifestylist. She's a branding coach. She's an author. I remember Harriet Cole from the very first book that focused entirely on African-American couples getting married. And that was Jumping the Broom from way back in the day. And I still have my copy. It was just so beautiful. So that was my introduction to Harriet Cole, and that's decades ago. So she's been in this game for a really long time, and she's doing amazing work. So please check her out. She has an organization called Dream Leapers. So check her out. So the power is in your dreams. Leap. The power is in your dreams. Then next Sunday, we're going to see who my guest is. We're going to see, because the person I had in mind can't do it. So we're just going to put out some energy and see who that will be. The other thing I want to share about Laura Topper is she's having a free super master class to unlock your mama power. And that is happening on Thursday. And it's at 1:30 a.m. Eastern Time, because Laura's in the UK. So it's 1:30 a.m. Eastern Time. That ain't no big deal. We do 4 a.m. meditations with the moon. So 1:30 is that. What's that? That ain't nothing. So if you want to participate in that, please go to lauratopper.com and you will see all the information there. Sunday was also a very special day for me because I did my first sermon as the new spiritual director, aka pastor at Rockland Centers for Spiritual Living. And many of my congregation of joy was there to just support me and send me love. I so appreciate your presence. And so please continue to show up. If you're looking for a church home, a spiritual home, consider Rockland Centers for Spiritual Living, where I am the spiritual director. We have services every Sunday, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. We're on Zoom right now. You can be in the Zoom room by going to our website right there on the screen and just click on Sunday service. And we also broadcast live on Facebook. So please join me on Sundays at 11:30 a.m. I want to give a shout out to Lindsay, who I know isn't on live today, but she'll see it later. Shout out to Lindsay. Lindsay purchased some Joy socks. And so I shared before, but if you've forgotten, the Joy sock is the item, our charity item in our Joy merchandise. So that means 100% of the proceeds of every Joy sock purchase goes to the Hero Ministry, and that is contributed to organizations who support the unhoused. All right. So please go to my Etsy store, iamrevmelissa. You can purchase your Joy, Joy, Joy socks right there. And of course, I have other Joy merchandise, the Joy t-shirts, the Yes t-shirts, good stuff. There we go. My Sip Joy mug, all good stuff. So please support the Joy merchandise also. All right. I want to check in with the Be Your Own Hero host, our very own Sekou Wrights. See how you doing.
I'm good. So I woke up a little blue too. So I'm going to jump on the bandwagon. And what I did is I read. I've been reading this book called How to Do the Work. I've been talking about it on the show. So I read a little bit of that, and then I went jogging. And so running has become part of my practice in some way. Like it has been very effective for shifting me. And I shared recently that I think it's finally gotten into my subconscious now, that even when my mind says we're not going, and I agree with the idea that we're not going jogging, we're done with running, my subconscious gets me up and moving. And so that happened today too, because I was like, I don't really feel like doing anything. I'm just going to read a little bit and that's it. But then I ended up getting up and getting out, and the movement shifts me, being in movement and whatever that does in terms of the neurotransmitters in the body, the endorphins and all that, it helps shift you. So like you said, like you advise people to find out what works for them. And it is clear to me now that movement works for me, and it probably works for everyone, that just being in movement and getting those endorphins moving. I feel like I have discovered that exercise is not optional. We think of it as optional, but it's not, it's imperative. So get out there and exercise and help get your mind right, and stay away from the news. Run away from the news because it will bring you down like that.
Yes. The frequency for the news, it has a frequency, y'all. It's very low. Yes, Jean, mood follows motion. Yes, absolutely. So get up. And my sermon yesterday, Sunday, was all about play. It was called The Playful Pause. And there's a research company in California, the National Institute for Play, where they do the research, the neuroscience research behind play. And it is so beneficial to play for everything. And most importantly, it extends your life expectancy. Play does. So if you want more information about that, please check out my sermon for Sunday, because I provide some great information about the benefits of play, especially when you do it with others also. When you play with others, it extends it even more, your life expectancy. All right, y'all. So there you have it. Thank you all for being with me live today. I appreciate your presence. I appreciate your positive vibes to Davy the cat. Please keep holding him in your high thoughts and keep your vibrations high, y'all. Keep your vibrations high. Do what you need to do. Do what works for you. And we're going to do it together. Yes, we are. All right. So I'll see you tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, as we continue our vibration series. Peace and blessings, peace and justice. We're living life in joy, connected to our yes.